Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about hunting. So, in order to get ahead in the game, you need to build your base and you need to build your buildings. And to do that, you need to get resources. To get evolutions done, they cost resources. To build troops, they cost resources. Of course, there are many ways to get resources and resources are scarce. Your base produces a good amount of resource. If you build your resource buildings, your woodlouse colony, the plant flora, and so on. However, most of the time it is not enough. Even if you are a cultivator with a lot of buff to your own resource. So people will gather, hunting insects will get you some resources. But hunting bases will get you more resources and you get your resources faster. Alright? So how to hunt and how to hunt efficiently is basically the gist of the video. First of all, set up your teams. What you want to get on your team isn't so much firepower, but isn't so much a firepower here, but you want to get carrying capacity. And the best units to put on for carrying capacity are actually T1 carriers. So you can see here with my pro unit, I have carrying capacity of 9.5 mil when I'm running T9 shooters, but when I stack it with T1 carriers instead, it more than doubles. Right, so you're going to lace your entire march with T1 carriers. Ideally, you should also have your march rally centers leveled. Mine are already all level 25. So that over there and the 3 units over here. You can hunt any class. If you're fighting active players, then you'll want to be a raider. But the idea of hunting is not so much to fight active players, but to get resources for yourself. So what you want to be doing is looking for inactive bases around the map and culling their resources and using them up yourself. The other thing is for your special ends. For my pro unit, you can see my special ends here are fully maxed out. But if you have insufficient spores to max out everything, what you can do conveniently is max a few skills. Example, on my tailor here, the skill 1 and the skill 6 are the most important because these give you increased march size. Alright, so you can see on the newer general, I don't have a duplicate, so it's missing a skill 6, but for the other 2 ends I have double the march size. So even if I have not maxed out the actual skills, the fight combat skills 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 8, just having skill 1 and skill 6 leveled gives me a big carrying load here compared to an ant without the skill 6. Okay. So what I've done is I will take a random teleport around the zone. How you do that is you go to your inventory, you click on buff, and you click on this one with the question mark. and you click use, and it brings you to a random location in the zone. So yeah, I've been randomed into a far corner of the map, and there doesn't seem to be much here. Alright, so this is where it is, far corner of the map. This is where my hive usually is. So my players are mostly clustered there. But the random teleport took me here. So to hunt, what you do, first thing first, you need to figure out your zone rules. What is a good base to hunt, and what is a free base that you can take, and what is not. If you're playing as a rogue, or if you're playing against your zone, then none of the rules apply, and you just hit whatever you like and deal with the consequences. But if your zone has rules, then there's usually some indicator as to who is fighting who, and who your enemy is, who is active, who you are allied with. Usually you will see on your leaderboard alliance power ranking, and if you have a NAP, it's usually like NAP 5 or NAP 10, so that means the top 5 or top 10 alliances are considered protected. Then anything else further down is free game for you to feed from. Right, in my zone, how the NAP works is, how the piece or the rules work is that we have a tag, and then the tags basically are coded 47 with an alphabet. And this indicates the active players in the zone. Of course, gas up here is full of active players. They are the top alliance, but they are currently roguing, so they are the enemies right now. Alright. And of course, the farms that belong to the active alliances are also tagged similarly. So right now, this player right next to me, also on a random teleport, 47 little Q belongs to another player in an active alliance, so I shall respect that NAP. So even on a horrible teleport like this, you look around yourself, see what's in the neighborhood. You'll see a lot of small bases, level 3, level 5, even level 6. They are randomly scattered around the zone, and these are not particularly useful to scout or to attack, right? For interest's sake, I shall scout this random ruler, and you'll see that the resources available are pathetic. There is very little resource, and if I decide to invade that, right, even with my top unit, because I am level 25 and that's a level 4, the amount of resources that you get are severely diminished because of the huge power gap. I just looked around just now a bit further out, so you scroll around the map. What you want to look for is slightly higher level bases. Alright, something like that is worth a scout. Alright, so you have 4 units and you want to look around your base in all directions. That is also worth a scout. So ignore everything that is really low level, and you go for things that are higher level. But don't be too picky. Alright, this might be very nice. I would scout a level 10. Probably not. I would scout a level 11 up. Alright, I believe this is a gas farm. Happens to be nearby. Okay, so let's see some of our scouting reports. Alright, so to get a good scouting report, what you need is to need your Sentinel tree upgraded. And the Sentinel tree is this building right over here. Where is it? Here, this one. Alright. And as you upgrade your Sentinel tree, you'll see more information that you can get from the scout. So very quickly you'll know how much resources that you can take, and then how big, whether the enemy is garrisoned or not. The class is good to know. Whether they are supported, and then how much garrison, the special ants in the garrison, who is supporting if any, and the rough info of the special ants, so on and so forth. Rarity and star of enemy insects. Alright, so combat skills of special ants in garrison. Okay. Alright, so building up the Sentinel tree is useful, but for purposes of farming inactive players or just farming farms, probably something like level 11 is good enough, right? We just want to know whether there are troops. What class he is, whether they are troops. He's garrison, but they are all almost all dead, and whether there are resources, what is worthwhile for you to take. Right, let's see, did this other player also worth poke, as is this one. This one actually was the highest level one. This was a level 21. Right, and that was a level 20. Okay, this is the reason why I scout the level 15, 16s, because a lot of people just ignore them. So what I'll usually do is I'll send out a whole host of scouts everywhere. Let's just scout that one also. And that one. And that one. So yeah, even at the far corners of your zone, there are resources, but it takes effort to find it. Alright, so I'll do a whole list of scouts. Sometimes there'll be resources to take, sometimes it'll be the bases will be recently tapped by other players, and then they'll be empty or nearly empty. The other thing that you should look at is the durability bar of the base. So 100% means that it hasn't been hit for a while, but it might only just be a few hours. if you see a base that's already smoking or low on durability, then that base obviously has been very recently hit. And if your other zone members are carrying away resources efficiently, then there might not be much left in the base for you to loot. So you can scout them, but don't expect to find too much. Alright? So, let's see. Alright, so I've scouted sands, and then this is not quite worth my stamina to attack. Hannibal, I will attack. And you can see this is, I think, another fairly low level. This is a level 13 with actually good number of resources that you can take. Alright. Of course, it also depends on the type of resources that you're after. If you're looking for sand and sand only, then you probably would skip out on this. But the mud is valuable as well, so I will give this base a tap. Yeah. So, okay. I like to start at the bottom. Okay, this guy is a cultivator. So how you actually raid? What I like to do is I just send 2 troops, alright, to each one. If they have a lot of resources, then of course you can hit each base more. But 4.6 mil, 2 troops more or less will clean it up already. Alright. All of them are quite are lower level than myself, so there will be a resource loot debuff. Then that's why sometimes you need to hit them multiple times. So yeah, I'll hit this one twice also. Yeah, so remember I hit that hill just to show you. So that is a smoking baby ant hill, and the durability has dropped. And we look at the battle report. So because all of his ants are already dead, I just go in and eat off some troops. What killed my T1s basically is his toxic fungi and a little bit of remnants of his old troops. So you can see there is a debuff over what he actually has, but I eat off some resources. And the value of the sand here more or less pays for the cost of the random teleport already. And this other player. Alright, so you actually get a good amount of load here. The amount you carry off depends on your carrying capacity of your match. Alright, and the amount of resources that the player has. So an empty player can't lose more resources. Right? So that went. Mud pie. Certain classes of hills will give you more resources than others. The cultivators tend to produce very well, so those are the farms that you can tap very frequently. However, each time you hit them, you may need to hit them multiple times, because they have the cultivators as a class. The cultivator has got resource protection. this one. Alright, protect a certain amount of resource from being plundered, and that actually increases with queen. The class that is the best to raid from is the herder. So if you find farms that are herder class, then this is what they why it's the best farm to steal from, is that they have lax defense, and once you hit them, or if they are defenseless, you get double the resources. It's not so much that they give you more, but you get to eat off more. Right? So you can see the amount of resources that you can take away from raiding, and if you are a raider class and you use your pro unit, you'll be able to carry off honeydew as well. The other 3 units, even for raiders, will not allow you to steal honeydew. So that was mud pie. I'll leave the guest base until later. Just try to clean off the others first. Hannibal has many, so I will actually hit it 3 times. 3 times probably is a good spot. With the bases that I've hit so far, let's look at mud pie. Okay. 2 hits on mud pie brought down the durability to 69%. Basically, I can hit that another 1 or even 2 more times, and the base will still be there. However, remember this ruler here? 1 single hit on that already brought it down 1/3 of the way. So very quickly, if I hit that once or twice more, the base will disappear. Right, and you can see with Hannibal, the first hit, I got the durability down to 68. The second hit, the durability went down a little bit more, 297, and the third hit, it went down even more, 432. And with 3 hits on Hannibal, he is down to 25% already. If I hit it 1 more time, the base will be randomly ported elsewhere into the zone. Alright, so you have done a bit of scouting, you know where the bases are, you know which ones are actually going to produce good resources. Do you want to keep repeating this every day? If you do, if you enjoy looking around your zone and random potting everywhere, then it's all good that you do it actively. But the other thing that you should do is put on a bookmark. So you click on the base that you want to bookmark, and you click on this three dots there, and you can add the base to favorite. You can leave it as a friend or an enemy or special. By default, it goes into special. And yes, alright, so Hannibal is saved in my locations. And how you access that is by looking at this star over here. You click that, and then you can see Hannibal. So even if you are somewhere else in the zone, you can bring back to the same location, and you can hit that base from further out. The other thing is your scout reports don't disappear. Alright, I have scout reports from way back. Right, that was from Alliance expedition. You can see previous days scout reports also, and invasion reports. And if I look at this, alright, This is somebody's farm and the player has quit. Right. And it's still there. And if I want to, I can bookmark her as well. But marching from from my current location up to my previous scout location is quite a long way to go. So I'm just going to clear off the ones that are nearby. Right. I like to do the random pot and hit, mainly because sometimes somebody else will come round, and instead of just stopping there and bookmarking the base for future hits, they'll hit it and then the base will disappear. Alright. And if the base disappears, then whatever you have bookmarked, you'll just bookmark an empty spot and it will no longer be there. Okay. So let's see. That isn't much. Let's go. 1 minute. And yeah. So that's basically how you find resources. Random pot, figure out your zone rules, set up your marches, set up your special ends. The more special ends you can carry on your marches, the better. And the more resources you get to eat off each time. You want to get higher level bases that will give you, that they will have more resources that are available for you to steal from. And if they have more resources, then you'll be able to take off more for yourself. And by getting more resources, you'll be able to build faster, do your evolutions, train more troops, and so on. Especially for players that are not active anymore, their resources are best, their bases continue to produce resources, so you're best to just spend off to clear their bases and spend off the resources and take the developmental points for yourself. Alright, will they come back? Maybe, but then their resources will regrow and they can join up alliances and move into a net alliance again. Right. And then after you clear one area, and let's see, this is what you get. Yeah, after you clear one area, you can take another random pot, but you need to wait for your troops to come home. Once they are all back, then off we go again. Random pot. Buff. Random pot. Take another one. And hopefully this gets me somewhere else. Yep, another random location. It's down over here. Down over here. I won't hunt, I won't scout more than 100 feet away from where I land. I won't bother marching too far unless there's something that's like really juicy. Alright, so thank you everyone for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.